Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your JAYFLIGHT 28 BHS travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. We'll run that out and we'll see how big that is. And your off campsite, you're gonna have a big slide to come in and out, but I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power actually plugs in all the way in the rear of this unit. Big long 30 amp cord will plug in back here, and your water connection will be just behind your tires on your off campsite. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is unhook your hitch. Now we're going to level your unit. Now on a unit this long, I do recommend getting this stick on level. Put it over here on your off campsite around the middle somewhere. Have someone watch that while you bring this up and down. Unit is equipped with a power tongue jack. Comes with a night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply extend to raise, or as high as we can go, or retract to bring down. Should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper right here, you have this hand crank that will get up here and run this up and down should you lose power. Speaking of power, check your battery post now and then, make sure those haven't wiggled loose. Once we've got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Your unit is equipped. Scissor stabilizing jacks. Got a 3/4 inch hand crank. Same size as the one on your tongue jack. Just use the gold one on your stabilizing jacks. And we're going to run these down. As I run them down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris, hot blacktop in summer. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun when running this down. I just recommend that when you get to the bottom, you slow down. Because remember, our unit's already level. All we want to do at this point is stabilize it. So put some jack pads down and run these down just until you've got some resistance on your hand crank. Then you want to stop. You don't want to lift the unit at all. Run all 4 of those down. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, coming to the rear of the unit. That's big long 30 amp cord, pistol grip. Where these go on, it'll come on just to the left, about 11 o'clock I say. Turn it to the right to lock it in, then put your black washer on. Now at the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug into a 110 somewhere, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to hook up where it says city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this. Come up to city water connection, hook up your water pressure regulator, hook up your hose, but don't turn your hose on yet. Got one more step. Come to the rear unit to your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, make sure our drain plug's in there. Throw some plumber's tape around there. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after that hose on, for a little bit, we're going to go ahead and go inside and deploy our slides. So we're getting to our slides. We're gonna have to open up our unit here. Biggest thing on these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this metal piece could catch on it. Pull this blue forward. Easy with 2 hands. Get a hold of this. You also have adjustable feet on these. Simply raise up, push up on this metal piece here, and these feet will adjust. Bring it down. Come up in our unit, all the way up to our right, all the way up top. Could be a control panel. Just click on our lights real quick so you see what we're doing. Come here to where it says slide, and we're going to hit out. Now the main reason I want you to open up this slide is at this point we're going to go inside. We're going to open up all of our water taps. Open up our sink taps, open up our bathroom taps, our shower, our outdoor shower even. Get a nice steady flow of water going through all of them. Get all the air out of the lines. Down with a slide. Get all the air out of our lines. Then we'll know that our hot water heater is full. And then we can turn that on from in here. 2 ways. One for gas, one for electric. We'll talk about that in a moment. So now let's say we're going to go camping. And we're not going to use city water connection at a campsite. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're just going to fill up our potable water tank. We're going to gravity fill this with a hose. No need for a water pressure regulator here. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks. There's also a freshwater button. Fill that up. Don't leave it unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, remove your hose, put your cap on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. I'll show you where to do that when we go inside as well. Alright, so we're all set up with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here on the campsite front. Up top we got a couple of outdoor speakers. This is a vent for your microwave. Make sure that that flap is unlocked when you arrive so that can be utilized. Down here is a flue for your furnace. 2 things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Down here's your low point drain. Your fresh water, there's your other one. Another low point drain. You're all set up for TV out here. Plug in the cable and 110 here. Get your big awning will run out here shortly. Separate steps to go into the bedroom. Grip under the bar, pull up and out. Just as it says on the yellow sticker there. Pass-through storage with your hitch work in there. Up front, your propane does come with a cover. It's on a regulator with an automatic switch over. Lefty loosey to open. You'll see when I turn that toward that tank, it turns green to show that that's full. Again, your power tongue jack. Batteries, again, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Got another docking light up here. Inside your other side of your pass-through storage, all this storage is accessible from under your bed as well, so make sure you lock those at night. On your slides, you want to keep these seals pliable, flexible. There's spray that you can put on these, adds to the longevity of the life of those. Gray water holding tank to pull there. Come back behind your slide in your off camp side. It's gonna be your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks there. Got outdoor shower, 751 key. You'll open that up, give you hot and cold shower. City water connection. Your black holding tank handle. Your other gray tank over here. Here's where you plug in your cable at the campsites. Spare tire with a cover. Important to keep that cover. Helps keep from dry rotting. You also prep for a backup camera. Your power, your hot water heater. You got a ladder. Utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. The main low point drains here. Opening up your outdoor kitchen. There's magnets up here to flip it up to. That's your fridge, sink area. And that about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Again, with your steps, make sure they're already doors all the way open when opening it. First thing I like to point out is fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of emergency. Again, coming in and up to our ceiling here. Your control panel here. Again, up top here. Brand new battery. Here's where you check your fresh tank. That's the button I said to hold down when you fill in your potable water. Then your black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using that potable water. Here's where you turn on a water heater if hooked to gas. Water heater if hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Exterior awning light. And interior lights. Run your awning out. Underneath that will be your slide control. We'll utilize that back when we close this back up. On your awning, you see the top is gray, the bottom is white. You don't want to run this awning out until the white flap falls down and you can see your bar. Once you can see your bar as far as you want to go. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and start to run itself out backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out and only run it out as far as you need to. As it runs back in, we will continue our tour. Alright, coming around the corner here, got your TV mounted, it's strapped in. Show you that working real quick. When you arrive at different campsites, make sure you go in the menu, run a digital channel scan. That will allow you to pick up channels. I think this is right in front of what I need. There it goes. Got that strapped in for travel. Make sure you run, anyway, go to your menu, make sure you run a digital channel scan to pick up the local channels. Down below that, your sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth, auxiliary, nice system, dual zone. I don't know if I'll pick up any channels in here, but let's see. See what we can get in this big metal building. There we go. Zone 1 is indoors. Shut that off. Rocket outdoors, or shut that off. Or have them both. Again, Bluetooth, AM, FM, nice system. Yeah, nice system, huh? Oh my goodness. Alright, coming through here, we got our fridge, North Cold. Come up top, turn that on. Touch that once for mute, hold it in, standby shuts it off. Coming up here to your fridge, hold that in for about 5 seconds, kicks it on. So whatever is blue here is what you're controlling. Right here is the freezer, over here would be the fridge. Freezer we have a 5, fridge at 3. You can increase or decrease over here. And then this is a night mode. That's telling the fridge, hey, I'm not going to be opening and closing as much. Save me some energy. It does so. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, a fan and a light. Your glass top here makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Crank that till your light. Hit your spark. There's your flame. Go through and do that on all of them. Shut them back off. Same thing on your oven. Turn this to the light. Hit your spark here. No need for a pilot light. That will light it, and then just turn it to your desired temperature. Rock that panel light down, becomes an oven light. Your sink, you've got a cutting board and drying rack. Sneaking back in your bedroom here. Make sure that this door is snapped open for travel. Sure you keep your bedroom door locked when needed. In your bedroom, this TV mount, simply pull forward on this. This will attach outside. This is where it's pre-wired for solar. Leave that there for the techs to use in the future in case this is ever wired for solar one day. Emergency escape window, pull, lift and push out. Storage under your bed, as I said, accessible from outdoors. Dinette. This table will fold down. The yellow button here. Pull this to the side. Fold your table down. Set the top down on these lips. Put a couple cushions on top. That'll give you another sleeping quarters. Your recliners. These little eating trays do remove from your cup holders, which gives you a parachute pull recliner. And it's back on the wall to your thermostat. Crank the air up in here. 55 cool, hard to see on this camera. So recommended when you're at the campsite, as soon as you arrive, it's super hot in here. Open up this quick dump. That's going to allow the cool air to cool. When it's all done, you can close that, and that will blast it through your whole unit. Best to have closed at night when you're back in the bedroom sleeping. Push your AC off. You'll notice it'll shut off rather quickly. Now when I get ready to turn your heat on, there it goes. Now I'm going to turn the heat on. Don't want to do that. It's super hot in here, but I'll show you this working. Crank that up to 90. You'll hear that kick on. Now we're going to come up here and shut that off. And you'll notice that it'll take a few minutes more for the furnace fan to cycle through before everything shuts off. In our bedroom, excuse me, bathroom, turn the lights on. We got a 110 with GFCI reset here. Some plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on your plumbing. It's almost all PEX nowadays. Pretty easy to keep an eye on. Got a shower door. There's glass, so we want to keep that snapped open for travel. Make sure any vents are closed. This is a hand open bathroom vent here. Lastly, our bunk area. It's got its own individual one-touch lighting, USB 110s, and a curtain. Privacy curtain. Down here, a little bit of storage. You can go in this way, or turn my light on here. Undo the snap. Lift this up. Snap this in. And now this becomes some storage here. Unsnap for travel. Don't want to travel with that snapped up there. So you got storage, of course. Well, it covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I did have to point out your smoke alarm up here above your dinette. So the first thing I do when close the unit up is shut off my main lights by the door. That way I can look through the unit and see any individual lighting that I need to shut off, which in this case there's quite a bit of it. So I'm going to walk through the unit and shut all these off real quick. All my interior lights off. I have my control panel. I'll turn these back on. Interior, and say doors and drawers. Make sure you go through the unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Any vents are closed. Come up here and hit slide in. Make sure nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Now you will hear what sounds like a grinding noise at the end of these slides coming in. That's just the slide mechanism saying I'm in as far as I need to. Go ahead and let go of the button. Shut up our lights. Exit the unit. Again, bringing these steps up, we want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open so this don't catch on it. Let that up and in. Lock that in there. lock, and deadbolt your exterior door. Lift and turn that handle before you leave the campsite. You may want to wait till after you do your dumping so you can check your tanks. If we are at a boondocking, we're going to get up underneath here, dump our freshwater tank, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on home. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our water, our power, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Got 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Sewage hose right behind your tires on your driver's side. Once you arrive, remove your dust cap, put on and turn your sewage hose to hook that on, and get up underneath here and pull that black holding tank. That's your sewage. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, leave that handle open, grab your hose from your dump station, come on up here to where it says tank flush valve, water pressure regulator again, hook that up, and again emphasizing with that black tank handle open, turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout that you just put in there has drained. Once it has drained, go ahead and close that black handle. When that's done, come on down here and pull your gray water holding tank. Handles down here. While that's draining, I like to come around to my low point drains here. Open up both those and drain those on our back corner here. And then we're done. If you're done camping for the season, we're going to go to our hot water heater. I just walked right past. Lift up on this pressure release valve. Now be careful, some hot water is going to come out of there. When that's done, press that down, otherwise your door won't close. Then you can pull your drain plug down here for the residual hot water. Now when that front gray tank is done, close that up, come on back here and pull this last gray holding tank. What this is going to be is your sink water from your outdoor kitchen over there. When that's done, close that last gray tank there, remove your sewage hose, come to your bumper, and conveniently and sanitarily throw your sewage hose right there in your bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this JAYFLIGHT for many years to come. Happy camping.